Seniors, let's talk. Hey, welcome back to a second episode here of 2020, What You Missed, where I break down various things seniors you are missing because of COVID-19, meaning shelter in place and the schools being closed, and really a segment of your senior year just being cut out. So here on episode 2, we're going to be talking about senior performances. Whoa, what you talking about, Bale? What I'm talking about with senior performances is the fact that by the time you get to your senior year, there are a whole lot of lasts or special things that are associated with individual activities or group activities that the senior version of it has a special resonance. When you think about us leaving school in March, that means there's a lot of senior experiences that were cut out, a lot of recognition that we could have done that we just aren't able to do in the traditional fashion. So tonight, I want to highlight some of those things that you are missing. I want to go ahead and start with spring sports. Spring sports were all cut short and the season ended really kind of before it really even took off. We had started some of the sports, but we really hadn't got into the meat of a lot of the competition, and clearly we hadn't got to any of the senior games or senior matches, a time when we can honor and respect the work and effort that senior athletes have put in. So what you get with a lot of the spring sports is a lot of what ifs. What if? What if? What if? So since we can never actually figure out what would have happened in our spring sports, the best thing I can do for you is speculate. And here's what I think. First, let's go to Jim James, live at Lindbergh High School, for an update on some of the things that have happened. Hey everybody, Jim James here down at the Lindbergh Athletic Stadium where all sorts of stuff is happening that's unbelievable in the mythical spring sports season. MVP caliber seasons for basically every player. It's unbelievable. For instance, this baseball right here, this was the 500th home run hit by our seniors alone in the first 4 games. Can you believe it? I happened a chance to go see one of the swimming and diving meets. Oh my goodness, I even snagged some of the water. You know why? Because some of that water from the pool, it must have been special. Because our 3 senior divers, Lauren, Janice, and Hallie, perfect scores, all of them. Now that's impressive. Now let's go send it over to the track to my good friend Jim to see what's going on with the track and field team. Thanks, Jim. We're down here at the track. I don't know if you can hear those winds. That's the winds of change. Why? Because things are going real fast here. Everything's going great. Track star, Cosmo Cow, shown here in this promotional picture provided for us by the team. And I can report accurately now that Cosmo ran a mile in 1 minute and 42 seconds. World record, 1 minute 42 seconds. Wow, Jim, that's really something. But is that for real? Are you calling me a liar? Less than a 2-minute mile? How did he do it? He did it with his legs, of course. That's what happens here at Lindbergh Viking Stadium. Whew, I'm getting exhausted just thinking about it. Didn't you say that was pool water? Thanks, Jim. Who would have known? Such success, only for the Vikings. Other good news to report. Because, of course, it's all speculation, here's what I do know. We're going to give out a mythical championship for girls swimming. An official CCS trophy right here for girls swimming. Congratulations. We also have one for boys swimming, girls track, boys track, softball, baseball, boys tennis, badminton, boys golf, and boys volleyball. Hey, those sure were some awesome official CCS trophies there. Incredible stuff. Incredible. It's not only athletics that has big senior performances. There's a lot of activities that have all sorts of things in the spring. And for a lot of seniors, they were waiting for a lot of these big moments. One of those senior performances that I always enjoy is InDesign's fashion show. InDesign's fashion show is one of the most creative outlets that I've ever seen in a high school environment. To let you know, actually, back when I was at Lindbergh, there was a fashion show, but it was limited to actually buying clothes from stores or just borrowing clothes from stores with the tag still on them and walking down the runway. It was fun, but it really doesn't hold a candle to what they do now. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to have an in-person fashion show this year, so I thought, hey, why not do one myself? I will call InDesign, get some ideas that are going on with their stuff, introduce some of my own stuff, and see what our judge panel actually thinks about it. Let's take a look, shall we?
Welcome to the Mr. Bale Fashion Show featuring our three judges, Ron, and Ron. Let's begin, shall we? And what do the judges say? Oh, it's a perfect score! Judges, boom shakalaka! And the score? More tens than a dime store. What's this, Santa's rejects? Looks like a broken light bright. And oh, painful. One, two, three, jinx. The Rons are loving it. You know they're fans of red. Go back to Home Depot. Ugh. Can we say epic? $30 all day. Killing it. 3 words. Avian bird flu. She ugly. Ooh, failure.
One of the things you can do is actually check out their virtual fashion show this year. So check the information below in the video, and hopefully you can support all of these designers as they continue to showcase their work this year. Now there's also other senior performances. Some are class and some are individual. If you think about things that happened in the last couple of weeks of senior year, 2 of the things that actually pop into my mind are senior rally and baccalaureate. Both of them are really celebrations of the class, but they include a lot of individual tributes to the class as a whole. If you've never been to baccalaureate, it really is a cool experience. It's an optional thing that generally attracts about 60% of the class. So you're wearing your gowns, go to a church. What you hear is a lot of beautiful choir performances, musical performances, and it's all dedicated to the class as a whole. There's student speakers, there's also usually guest speakers, and it's a beautiful time of reflection that really gets the class formulated on what was great about them for the last 4 years. Just because we're taking away baccalaureate doesn't mean we can't use music, though, to really give tributes to our people. The thing is, you gotta choose music the correct way. Let's go to the board, shall we? One of the things about using music to make a tribute to your class or to your friends is you need to choose the right song. A lot of times at baccalaureate, we hear our choirs and individual singers and groups of seniors just individually themselves choose very good selections of music. So if you really want to use that same spirit, I recommend some of the following songs. That's a good selection. That's also a good selection. Okay, I can go with that. That's a nice one right there. That's a good selection. Ooh, all the feels. Yup, like that. And that. Yep, that's a good one. So with those excellent examples under our belt, I do want to remind you that sometimes there can be poor selections. The following are songs that you probably don't want to use as tribute to your fellow high school students. Let's take a look, shall we? Not a good one. Wouldn't recommend it. Don't play that in front of your grandma. Probably not the right mood. Don't recommend that one. That's inappropriate. And finally, yeah, I wouldn't roll with that one either. Outside of baccalaureate, there's also the senior rally. It's a rare opportunity where basically everybody in the class comes together, and it's an opportunity just for seniors to share about their experiences. Usually the class officers talk, there's often performances. There's often performances by the senior cheer team or the senior Valkyries, and this is an opportunity for them to shine in a presentation to all their peers. These can be really special performances for those individuals. Now, we're not going to have those this year. Can you do them still? Sure, I suppose. Why don't you try doing it on Zoom? What people generally enjoy is that there are slideshows going back to freshman year with embarrassing photos and fun photos. It's like Socrates said, "He who taketh the picture maketh the slideshow." At least I'm pretty sure that was Socrates. These are valuable things that can still be done. So to the class officers and to anybody else, I highly encourage you, make the things that normally would have been done at senior rally, or make the speeches that normally would have been made at a baccalaureate, and all those photo opportunities, make those happen. They're gonna be different. They're gonna be challenging, but they're still doable. After all, you never know. When you skip something, it's an opportunity to try something new. And there could be a new tradition that you guys try out this year that next year seniors are gonna be desperately trying to do. Why? Because you started it. And so when we think about senior performances, one of the things that we can always ask is, can my performance be the first one? The first in a tradition? And I really want you to be thinking about those types of things. For a lot of you guys out there, there's performances out there that you're gonna miss and it's just not replicatable. But that doesn't mean that you need to squander this time. There's still a lot of opportunities to share your gifts, to share your talents, and to do new and meaningful things in this last month of school. Whether you're making a video montage of your friends, whether you're doing a Zoom choral performance, whether you're making a fake newspaper congratulating your athlete friends on their success, or even if you just reach out to all the editors and workers on our yearbook and our epic newspaper who usually get their time to shine at the end of the year, but this year they're not going to get it. So to close out, keep those performances coming. They may not be happening in the venues that we traditionally see them on, but we'd still enjoy them online or any other way you want to do it. And after all, there can be good things that happen. Hey, in my mythical world, we just became the most successful program in America, eh? All right. For this episode of 2020, What You Missed, I'm your host, Mr. Bale. See you next time.